Today we have a Stihl KM130R. Apparently, it doesn't run, and it's basically what I know about it. I did pull it over. It does have compression, so that's good. The person said they thought they needed fuel lines, but the lid wasn't on all the way. And when looking inside, fuel lines don't look too horrible. The bulb could use a little attention. Maybe a good carb clean, I'm not really sure. But I want to take off the cover, see what we're dealing with here, and then if it looks okay, take the carb off, probably replace the diaphragm, just because it probably needs it. Well, we might try the gas first, I'm not sure. We're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's take off the cover and then we will go from there. I mean, it'd be interesting if this only needed to be tightened. It's not horrible. I mean, I've seen a lot worse. We need a 5/16. The slot to take this off is a little small, so sometimes the 5/16 is what you need, but you need to get a pretty thin walled one. This one has a extra screw. They usually don't. Yeah, those fuel lines are cooked. Luckily, it's just the outside ones. So, while I take care of that, how does this want to come off? It's one of those vacuum ports. Is there another screw? Yes, there is. Of course there is. Usually for these, you just have to pull up on the throttle and then it comes right out. And that's exactly how it worked. So let's remember, the one closest to us goes to, I believe, the inlet. That's the fuel one. There we go. Okay. I don't suspect this needs anything, but it's still a good idea to do it. Let's go ahead and clean it. So it's very rare that I see the fuel line inside actually better than the outside, and that fuel filter doesn't look horrible at all. So I'm going to leave that alone. I know for a fact this person uses non-ethanol, so that's probably the reason why it even survived this long. So I'll go ahead and clean the carb, and we'll look at the spark arrestor too. At the very least, it will require new fuel lines. You can tell they're splitting. Right here, they're cracked. So we'll keep those for the sizing. So the short one is the inlet, which makes sense, it's on the bottom. I personally like using the yellow lines or blue or whatever because you can see the fuel. I mean, it helps me for at least diagnosis problems because if I see a lot of air bubbles, I can tell there's probably a leak somewhere. And it's really hard to find good quality line like the black ones. It's out there, don't get me wrong. If you order the genuine Stihl stuff, it is pretty good. Same thing with the green one that they sell that comes with like their own little grommet. That's pretty nice, but in general, it's a toss up. Even the ones that are supposed to be good, I find, can be a little questionable. Yeah, this probably doesn't have to be done, but we'll still take care of it. We will, however, reuse the gasket. I mean, we're already in here. Now we just need to clean up. So, wow, that spring did not want to come out there. Sometimes Stihls have these jets you can take out, but I don't see it on this one. You can tell this is a premium quality machine. This pump is not on the cheaper homeowner versions. That is for sure. Those we're going to reuse because they're probably still okay. They're just hard plastic. And put that in the cleaner. And this. So I like to hold it with my thumb on one of these little grooves. And that's how I know how many turns it is. And don't start with your thumb up. Start with your thumb like somewhere where you know you can turn. Like, I don't know many people that can comfortably do this. Huh. It's not even half. Okay. Oh, duh. It's because of that. I'm going to take these off. really hate those things. Okay, so the one that's on this side, which is escaping me what side that is, that should be the side that goes to the engine. Yeah. Is half one half, almost 2 in or out. This one we have, that's half, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4. Wow, okay. I was not expecting that one. Are these the same? So something to bring up, when I put these in, because I took off the black piece, that kind of holds them in place. In addition, because it doesn't have that, I have to put really mild Loctite on the threads, because if I don't, the vibration of the engine will cause it to work its way out. So the intake is shorter. Okay, go ahead and put this in a carb cleaner. We'll bring you back. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wished this was just a lack of fuel. It's not because it'd be funny to film, but I would make sure to tell this person all the time. You know, when someone comes to you like, hey, I think it's broken, can you fix it? Like, oh, like the time that you did put gas in it? Except this time be like, oh, the time that just didn't close the tank. Those type of moments. But no, it was legit. So, until the next time. No? Like that, okay. New diaphragm. It does have the little hole on top. You have to make sure of that. And the height is the same. Also have to make sure of that. That does not go there. Oh, duh, it's right here. Okay. For a second there, I thought I was losing it. There we go. I probably should clean that up, but I forgot. While this was cleaning, I just took the old fuel lines, trimmed a new one to fit the same size as the old ones, put them on. Now, here's a tip. When fuel lines are short, or well, most of the time they will be, and you can't quite get them on the post, take like a small heat source, a torch, heat gun, You know, something that will get the material warm and warm it up pretty decently before, and then that will help it stretch a whole lot easier, and when it cools it will kind of make a seal. It will create a pretty good seal. You can mess with it all you want. I mean, if you want to, go right ahead, but it's just a whole lot easier if you do it that way. I just use a MAP gas torch or a propane torch, whatever is closest. Not gonna lie though, most of the time it is the MAP gas torch, because that is usually the closest. Oh boy. Oh, almost forgot the spring. Now I just have to remember, was it like this? Or was it like this? Let's see, it would be the throttle side, so it'd be like this, okay. Yeah, there we go. That makes sense. So now, let's dry this up a little extra. And let me get some Loctite. So this is removable Loctite. I'm just going to put in like a dab. Where's the other one? Which one's the short one? That's the short one, okay. Just put like a quick little dab here. That's not making it permanent there anyway, at all. Basically, that just makes sure that the vibration doesn't work its way out. It does not want to go in there. Is it this one? Oh, there we go. I don't think it was that long since I put this in there. And then the same with this one. As a rule of thumb, usually the low is the taller of the two. So, oh man, I forgot. I'm going to say this one was the 2. So this time we're going to switch fingers. That's a half. That's 2. That's 1.5. 2. Oh wait, 1. So now we have half. 1, 1/2, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4. Hopefully that's right. I guess we're going to find out. Then put it back on, give it a pull. Everything's back together. Let's see how she pumps. Fuel tank is tight. That's not good. Not 100% sure what happened, but after I put you away, I tried it again. I took the air filter off. Then I had an idea of pulling the cord. Pulling the cord did it. I'm assuming the engine or the little puff, the pressure from the engine. There we go. That kind of actuates everything to get the fuel pump flowing and everything. I think that was maybe just locked, closed, or stuck in a way, but pulling it over seemed to work. We now have fuel in the tank, in the primer bulb. It's about a little under half, a little lower than I want, but I think when we get it running, it'll come back to normal. So I went back and looked at the needles. I think I had them backwards, so I took them out, put them back in to where they were before. And yeah, let's give it a pull. Choke. First pull. Well, that's nice. Let's look at the spark arrestor while we're here. This one only has a little screen. I'm going to take the screen off and we'll take a look at it. You know what? I looked at it. I just took my cell phone, took the light, looked in there. It looks fine. I don't think I can get it much cleaner. The only way you would do that is if you take it out and then you take like a pair of pliers and burn it off with like MAP gas. You can clean it with carb cleaner. It's dirtier that way. It's harder that way. This takes all 5 seconds. Get it red hot, cleans it, blow it off. Everything's good. Carb cleaner, you need a brush and everything, but you can do it that way. I let it run for a couple minutes outside, so now it should be pretty adequately warm to do like some fine tuning. On. Okay, I think we got it. I usually turn in the idle screw a little bit when I put a new carb on just to make sure it's easier to start. So idling is usually the hard part on this. Now, that's why I turn it down. You can adjust the idle speed with a low screw to a point, but you're going to be puffing out a lot of smoke, going to be running very rich. You're going to be just not doing a justice to it. You do want it to have a right mixture, don't get me wrong, but it shouldn't be jostling back and forth to a large degree. It should run fairly smooth. So if you need to tone down or lower the RPM, don't always just richen it up. Undo, kind of lean it out, and then kind of go through the idle screw and just kind of lower it. And then once you get to a certain point where it's more or less running smoothly, then you're good to go. You don't want to just richen that low screw, because at one point the idle screw was there and it was working fine. That's a different setup. We did is clean the carb, so who knows. And over time that stuff does walk its way out, so keep that in mind. Okay, well, if you like what you see, keep watching, definitely subscribe, put a thumbs up, catch you on the next one, bye.